run. Just take off. Just go. You don't like it? You think it's horrendous? Go. Leave. Run. This is a gut-wrenching arc. I'm really having difficulty going through it. The pictures are horrendous. Horrendous. We have Easter Island Man, who I've come to loathe. He may be one of the worst characters I've encountered so far. The reason I say that is because he's evil incarnate, but he's so above it all. He won't get his hands dirty. He'll just turn poor innocent people over to the torturers. So in that sense, he's like the torturer who did his horrible work to Griffith for a year, but he doesn't get his hands dirty. That's beneath me. Oh, he thinks he's doing a great thing by what he does, and he loves having his little acolytes with him. Farnese, oh, what a horrible person. She has decided to stay under the wing of him, of Easter Island Man, and is getting worse and worse and worse as far as I'm concerned. Because she sees all that he does, and it seems to be having little or no effect on her except to make her worse.
Wait, what?
She's like devastated about it.
Farnese?
She's like looks horrified.
We see a horrific look on her face at times, it's true. But it's not enough of a reaction that she has to walk away from it. Now, maybe she doesn't feel like she can. Maybe she feels like she'll be in those dungeons herself. That's a possibility. But at the same time, I just see her as a corrupted person. Maybe there'll be redemption for her. I hope so. I'd like to see corrupted people find redemption. But right now, the path that she's on isn't going to lead to it because she will not break away from Easter Island Man. And I loathe him. Oh, he's horrible. So we come upon the village, and they're in horrible shape. You see their tents, and their tents can barely protect them from the wind and the rain. And yet the caravan from the Holy See rolls in, and they've got it made in the shade, as they say. They've got all the food. Are they giving food away? Oh, no. They're there to collect alms from the poor. Not for the poor, from the poor. These are horrible people. This is religion gone amok, the worst. It's almost as bad as when the government does it. We roll into this scene and we see that there are survivors in this group and losers. Kind of reminds me of a book I read from James Clavell many, many years ago, King Rat. King Rat. They were World War II prisoners, I want to say in China, prisoners of the Japanese. I'm hoping I'm not getting this all wrong. But there was one guy, King Rat, who learned how to work the system. And he provided all the prisoners with anything they wanted. Because he had it in with the bad guys and with the good guys. You know, you want a chicken dinner? Yeah, he'd catch a big rat and dress it up like a chicken and give it to you. And boy, isn't King Rat great. The problem is, the Japanese lost, and King Rat had nowhere to go after that. That's what Easter Island Man deserves to be like. And as far as I'm concerned, Farnese too right now, because she will not break away. Hey, Farnese, just run. Just take off. Just go. You don't like it? You think it's horrendous? Go. Leave. Run. She doesn't. She stays with him. Fear is a great motivator of people. I think most people's lives are run by fear. Maybe that's why faith displaces fear. True faith. And there's no reason for these people to have any faith in the Holy See or Easter Island Man. They see him as destructive. They see the men and women who follow along with him as destructive. They're the wealthy that you see that the only ones that seem to have a bit of heart are the prostitutes. Luca, turns out she is a prostitute, and if you will, of hardy character and hardy physiology. She seems to be able to take the abuse, take in the lies, but take in the payments too, and she disperses it amongst the other prostitutes, and then wisely says, hey, give some of this to the people outside. For two reasons. Number one, they need it. Number two, we don't want to be turned in either, because we'll end up on the heretic heap. We see some goodness there. And Luca has taken the beloved Casca under her wing. She knows Casca is off her rocker. They've named her Elaine, probably because Casca doesn't talk much. Probably doesn't remember who she is. But Luca is protecting her. No one seems to be, jealous of her position. They just see her as a wounded veteran of prostitution, probably. we've seen that the prostitutes seem to be the ones that can and do help. But it's also fair to say that there's no one in the village that can help each other. Now, one of their complaints was, all we've had is thin, gruely soup. How can we live on that? Well, they can't. And the rats have infested. The rats show up where there is disease and help to spread that disease. So this village, if you can call it that, they're doomed. They are doomed. I would say most of them would prefer death, if it came to that, than to be turned over to the Holy See. When it comes to heresy, anyone who irritates the Easter Island man is a heretic. And any heretic will be tortured, and no one will return from that torture as far as I can tell. They all die. There's a scene with this one woman who's asking for help for her son or daughter, we don't know. She has been part of a theft. Easter Island man says to her, "Your faith has saved you." Sounds like something Jesus said, but he has twisted it. And that'll be something the Antichrist says one day, because she leads her away and her child, and it looks as though the child is going to be taken care of, but we don't know what for. She's led off to the torture chamber for purification. Oh man. He is a religious fanatic, the worst type, a religious fanatic who worships false gods or false god, doesn't matter. And that false god, in this case, if we want to equate it to modern day, he worships the Antichrist. And no good will ever come from the Antichrist, though he'll probably take good care of his followers. And that's what's happening. Easter Island man is arrogant, pompous, despicable, evil, condescending. Throw in whatever adjective you want to use to describe an evil person. He's all of those things. He's in command. He's powerful. And we talked about absolute power corrupting, and he is as corrupt as you can get. It's hard to even talk about him. He's so despicable. But he rules the roost. He is the head honcho. And nothing that he does is going to be good. When it comes to the Antichrist, it's death that he wants. No better a person to follow through on that order of death than Easter Island man. He's just horrible. He's like the false prophet. He is going to carry out the orders of the Antichrist, carry out the orders of the false gods, and he'll do it with a smile, a sneer on his face, like, I'm doing good. And the evidence that he's doing so well is he's doing so well. He's wealthy beyond measure. He doesn't have to mix with the riffraff. He doesn't even let him lay a hand on him. He is the quintessential bad guy. I just loathe him. And the worst type of bad guy is the bad guy who thinks he's doing a good work for God. And they're so delusional that no matter what anyone said to him, he wouldn't see, he wouldn't hear. He's got the blinders on, the ultimate blinders. Even if he sees a glimpse of what's really happening, he would quickly squash that glimpse himself, because he doesn't want to lose that position. He's the false prophet. So I loathe this person. Anyway, it's been a really tough arc to read. I got to tell you, the pictures are horrendous too. I didn't even want to discuss them because they're disgusting, but they tell the tale. So they need a redeemer. And in this hellhole, the Redeemer is on his way. And that Redeemer is Guts. I'm waiting for Guts to arrive. He needs to take out that sword and start dispatching some of these evil people. I hope he comes soon. If I had a prediction to make, I would say he will do away with a lot of the Holy See riffraff, but he won't get to Easter Island man. We haven't seen the last of Easter Island man. If you're with us so far, keep going. Like and subscribe, please.